Before laser cataract surgery, my vision was terrible and I hated having to wear glasses. Also, everything seemed so dim, and I know Austin's a sunny, bright place. I couldn't even answer the telephone without putting my glasses on. I knew I had cataracts, and my eye optometrist had been telling me for some time that I was developing them, but it just seemed to be a gradual process, and I had no idea how severe they had become. The cataracts and my vision in general made me too nervous to drive for the last several years. I just gave up my car and let my husband chauffeur me around. I heard about Austin Eye on television adverts and doing a lot of internet research because I knew I would need to go to someone who could take care of my cataracts and perform laser surgery. And I asked around with friends and colleagues, and I had high recommendations of the Austin Eye. I was delighted they were doing laser surgery, and this is what I was specifically looking for, because I also wanted my vision corrected, because I absolutely hated wearing refractive lenses. I hated it. I felt I had no contact with my patients, and I couldn't establish relationships with people because of this barrier of glasses. The surgery was not painful at all. It was far easier than I ever thought it would be. And I went back 10 days after the first surgery and had the second with no apprehension whatsoever. After I had the surgery, I couldn't see that day because of the patch over the one eye and the drops, and so I was pretty miserable that day because I wanted to cook. We were having a big party, and the next day I needed to start my cooking. But the next morning when I woke up, wow, I was just all over this kitchen cooking pâtés. You name it, I could see everything. It was as if someone had put the lights on all over the kitchen. This was less than 24 hours after the first surgery, and by the time I had the second surgery, 10 days later, it was as if God put the light on all over Austin. We take our gradual loss of vision for granted when it happens, and we think that's something that's part of the aging process, but it need not be. Once you've had the cataracts diagnosed, and if you can afford to have them corrected with laser, it is a world of difference. The world is a different, brighter place. The first thing we did to reward me for having the surgery first and being the guinea pig is we went out and we bought me a car. And we bought me a bright orange Mini Cooper. And wow, it has some punch to it. I owned a Mini when they first came out, 40 odd years ago. It was one of the original little tiny Minis, and it was slow. This one is a oomph. I love zooming all over Austin in my marigold, as I call her. Thank you, Austin Eye. There's a saying that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but I wouldn't have kept Dr. Wong out of my life.